Faxo with a hat trick. I know, but Ben Bishop was shutout, man. Faxo with a hat trick. But Ben Bishop has that shutout the first time the Vegas Golden Knights have ever been shut out. I mean, that's pretty much an accomplishment. You get yourself in the history books. That's pretty special, right? But Faxa had a hat trick. Okay, you got me there. Hello guys, welcome back to DSFR. Today, game 23, Stars with the Golden Knights. The Stars win 3-0 over the Golden Knights in a fantastic victory. One of the more important games of the season. In fact, Faxa with a hat trick, Bishop with a shutout on the road. Just seal it all on cherry on top. But let's get into it. But for now, the Stars are 13-10-1. The Golden Knights are 15-7-1. Putting a bit of a ding on that strong Golden Knights armor. Man, Subban is a good goaltender, isn't he? If not for Malcolm Subban, this game could easily be 6-0, 5-0, and that could easily be pushed for the other side. Ben Bishop was fantastic tonight. He was the Stars' best player. Debatably. We'll get into that. Bishop, Faxa, who cares? They just won, and two fantastic performances by two fantastic players. Radek Faxa with a hat trick, Ben Bishop with a shutout. That's just beautiful. And two amazing performances just seals the cherry on top, and it's a fantastic win. We go tomorrow, I guess today when you're watching this, again against Chicago. It's going to be a tough matchup. I'm hoping we can win. They'll be putting Crawford against us, which is kind of worrisome. But they put Forsberg against Nashville. He allowed 3 goals. But Crawford against Dallas, that's pretty scary. And especially at home in Chicago, that could be something to worry about. And Crawford has been great this season. I don't think quite Vezina contention, but definitely up there. He's been fantastic. So we'll definitely have to get around him and get some goals, especially like games like tonight. We definitely need to convert on chances like we did tonight. Now this game was 0-0 for quite a while. The first period was a bunch of great chances for both teams. Just Bishop and Subban were shutting down both teams. Subban especially was fantastic for the first period. He was making so many amazing saves. It was just unbelievable. A breakaway by Sagan. He gets denied by the left pad on the backhand. That's just a ridiculous save. Bishop made quite a few glove saves and quite a few clutch saves from the Golden Knights to keep it 0-0. It was 0-0 for a long time, and it was especially because of those goaltenders. I gotta give credit where credit is due. The Dallas defense was good in this one. There wasn't too many chances by the Golden Knights where they could have converted, and for really this ones that they could convert, Bishop was coming up strong. Bishop was fantastic. The defense was decent, and honestly, at this point, that's all I'm asking for. Bishop will come up clutch if the defense is decent, and they were tonight. All I'm hoping for is that they keep consistent and are decent against Chicago. On 2-on-1, he shoots, gets denied by Bishop. Another one denied. Nozak, the Red Wings draftee, picked by the Golden Knights, shoots it top shelf, but Bishop just comes up with it, and he makes a save, making it look pretty damn easy. And he keeps it 0-0, which is just somehow he does it. But both teams have great forechecks. And I'd say especially the Dallas forwards had great forechecks in the first period. They were really putting the pressure on, but no goals for the Stars. Subban was just a fantastic goaltender in the first period. He was just shutting down the Stars, and we keep going to the first intermission 0-0. Angelo draws a great penalty. The Stars on the power play looked pretty terrible, and they don't make anything of it. Sadly, definitely could have started the bleeding faster than what they would have done. The great pass to the point, but the Golden Knights defense gets it with the poke check. That could have been dangerous, but the Golden Knights have a good solid depth there on defense, and then they're able to stop it. So that's good for the Golden Knights at least. One timer, but then Subban robs him again. Man, a lot of chance for the Stars. Subban denies him once again. That was just an amazing save by him. Subban comes up a clutch a few more times after that. I just keep sounding like a broken record right now. Subban for almost the whole game here was amazing until the inevitable Faxa hat trick. Subban was the reason why the Golden Knights were in it for as long as they were. The goaltenders, man, in this duel was just unreal. It was an insane goaltender battle, and it was very fun to watch. Stars go on a 4-4, and oh, beautiful. Ham Hughes from the point, he's on his forehand, shoot and just passes it a little bit on the back, a little bit on the forehand, and a beautiful pass to Fexa. Like, oh, Ham Hughes, that was beautiful. Ham Hughes passes it to Fexa, who one times it, slaps it into the net. Subban almost makes a save, like just barely, almost gets there, but last Fexa snipes it. One times, whatever you want to whatever you want to call it. Subban can't make the save. Fexa snipes it 1-0 Stars, and we're on the board. Yes. Right after that, the Stars, for a few minutes there, were cycling like crazy. They couldn't really get any shots on net. They only got like a couple on net. But the Stars were really putting the Golden Knights defense on strike there. And it was just fun, really fun hockey to watch. The Stars were able to pass it great, but they weren't able to get lots of shots off until the next goal. Richie behind the net with a great pass in front of the net, and Faxa is right there on the other side, who slaps it in, pokes it in, whatever you want to call it. 2-0 Stars, Faxa gets 2 goals on the night, and we're up 2-0. Take it and run with it, Stars, and you did very well at that. And that was an amazing play by Richie. He's very much set up the play fantastically behind the net. A great pass by him as well. Faxa is right in the slot, and he does not make a mistake with it. What a fantastic play by the Stars, and the Stars are up 2-0. But you thought that the Stars were done? You thought that Faxa was done as well? Oh man, you were greatly mistaken. Only 8 seconds after the second goal, Faxa is on his backhand. He is in front. A great play, and Fexa, so good, puts it home. 3-0 Stars over the Golden Knights. That's just putting it on putting the cream on the crop right there. Amazing play by Fexa, and he is able to get the game to 3-0. Hattie, there was a few hats on the stands. There was quite a few Stars fans, surprisingly, in the Vegas stands, which is great to see. And a lot of hats were thrown on the ice, and Fexa gets his third 3 goals for him, 2 hat tricks in 2 games. That is just fantastic to see. Who will get this next hat trick for Stars in Chicago? You know, I'm gonna bet Radulov on that one. You know, I'm gonna put my bets on that one. I'm gonna put Radulov on that one. You guys can put your comments down below. I'm gonna put Radulov on mine. But Fernando Faxa with the first hat trick in T-Mobile Arena. I think the record was the least time between the second and third goals for a hat trick in 30 years. I think it was. It was like 7 or 8 seconds between the second and third goal that Faxa scored. That hasn't happened in like 30 years. That was a great find by the Stars stat team, and they were able to find that. And what a great find for them, because that was just unbelievable. 30 years that hasn't happened. That's just ridiculous. What an achievement for Faxa. The first hat trick in T-Mobile Arena, and then he does something that hasn't been achieved in 30 years. That's just ridiculous. Great for him. For the second period, Faxa gets 3 goals in 7 minutes, and I think that's looking good, isn't it? Seguin gets robbed by Subban quite a bit this game. He gets another great shot, but Subban just gets the shoulder up there, and he's able to save it. Seguin gets robbed again, and that's just pretty terrible for him. After the hat trick, you know, you'd think he'd slow down a tiny bit, but he got stoned by Subban a couple of times there. That probably should have been goals on all. I wouldn't say a lot of other goaltenders, but on a few goaltenders that definitely would have beat him. Lindell from the point on a 2-on-1, he decides to shoot it. It goes right in Subban's glove. He makes it easy. And Lindell's I wouldn't say spoils a chance, but he just shoots from the point. Kind of just leaves it into a nothing chance there. But yeah, you shoot it on the net. Things might happen, but it didn't happen this time. But in the third period, a lot of Golden Knights players decided to just give up. There's a couple of guys like Neal and Schmidt. There's some guys that decided to not really give up on the game, but the team overall felt like they were giving up on just the game overall. They really didn't make that much of a push. Bishop made the saves that he needed to. There wasn't a lot of them, but the Vegas Golden Knights didn't put a lot of pressure in the third period, and that's really what came to the downfall. They could have come back, but they decided not to. A funny moment with about 3 minutes left in the period, for the third period, Klingberg comes out to the bench, and he just doesn't look very good, but he slips on the ice right before he's going to go to the bench. He slips on it, and he ends up falling over, and that was a ridiculous moment by Klingberg. If it was like any other game in this season, it would have been pretty pretty weird and pretty, not, it was just a weird moment. It was just hilarious. If you could probably look it up. It might be, I don't know if it's out there, but it was a funny moment. Killingberg just falling over, and it was ridiculous. If any other game, it probably wouldn't have been taken so lightly, but in this game, it was just a ridiculous moment. It was classic Klingberg. And the Stars win it. They keep the shutout alive for Bishop, and the Stars were the first team to ever shut out the Vegas Golden Knights, making history once again. Another thing to put in the record books for the Stars in the T-Mobile Arena. That's fantastic. The Stars move up 13-1. They're in a playoff spot, that second wild card spot once again, and they're able to get into a playoff spot and put themselves in a good spot, good position to win against the Blackhawks. And I think that might be what they do. The Stars are pretty inconsistent this season, especially on the road. But if they can rebound from any faucet they are bad on the road, it would probably be right now, because they beat a great home team in Vegas. They're feeling good, and I think that they can transition this over to Chicago, hopefully. That is the plan, but the Stars never really like to follow the plan. Bishop, have yourself a game, and Faxa, have yourself your first of the career Faxa. First career hat-trick for Radek Faxa, and he does it. I think that was like 21st shutout for Bishop, something like that. 21st, 23rd, I don't know for sure, but that's a lot for Bishop. He puts another one on the board, and Faxa gets his first hat trick. That's great for him. That's very good for his confidence. He is probably going to be the backbone of that second line for the future. After Spezza goes, he's probably going to slot in perfectly on that second line. Sure, maybe on that third line with Hansel, who could fit as that center on the third line. And maybe have Jamel Smith on the fourth line. It really slots down perfectly. The Stars are they are prime and ready for when Spezza goes out with the Stars. Whenever that happens, definitely. Spezza had a few good offensive chances, but I felt like he was really good defensively. You wouldn't really see him a lot, but I guess that's okay. He's really more of a defensive guy. You're paying him 7.5. But he's still more of a defensive guy in my mind. He's still able to do a lot with the puck. He had couple of chances, but not a lot of great chances. So you could say, hey, he wasn't able to create a lot of chances, but he wasn't given any great chances. So he wasn't able to really score on any. Shore definitely had a great first period. He kind of slowed down a little bit on that second and third. But that first period, he felt really good. Ben had a couple of chances, but he didn't really convert. Ben was more of a defensive guy, and he was really good defensively this time around. The first line really didn't show up all that much, but Radulov, I think, that had a good game, but he wasn't able to convert on any chances, of course. But the defense was solid. I'm going to give them that against a Vegas squad who is second in the league in scoring. I didn't even know that. I know that they were good at scoring, but second in the league, that's just nuts coming into this game. But now they'll be backwards rather than forwards, and that's great. That's just great to hear as a Stars fan. But I'm a little bit confident going to Chicago, and I think that they can make up the win. I'm confident against Chicago. I think that they get the loss against the Predators. The Predators are a great team. They come kind of, they win a couple of games and then they lose a couple of games. So we'll see if we can be a part of that winning squad against Chicago, and I'm definitely hoping for that. For the depth scoring for the Stars, you did your job. For the first line, you did your job defensively, but I like a little bit more offense from you, especially against Chicago. Ben Bishop, keep doing what you're doing. You're saving the Stars, man. You're saving this season. Let's go here for today, guys. You guys enjoy. Make sure you like. Guys, really enjoy. Subscribe. Tell me down in the comments down below if you think that the Stars will win against Chicago. I'm hopeful, but the Stars are inconsistent as any team in hockey. That's going to be it for today, guys. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.